Hey guys, Alex here. Welcome to another episode of Momentum Charting. Today's episode is going to be on Elliott Waves, my thoughts on them, and everything to do with Elliott Waves. So basically, just quickly, if you can for me, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy this content and want to see more just like it. And guys, I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going to go completely with this video. I could probably talk for hours on this subject, and I don't want to get too out of hand with the whole Elliott Wave thing. It's just I really do have a lot. I could go on for hours on this topic, but I'll try to make this video as short as I possibly can with getting out what I need to say about it. Let me just start by saying that I believe that Elliott Waves are the absolute fool's gold of technical analysis, right? I liken Elliott Waves, and they have this whole thing behind it. They call it Elliott Wave theory. The people that are practitioners, they call Elliottians. There's a whole model behind this, and people that swear by it and say it works for them. And everything I'm going to tell you is just based on my rather significant experience in this space. But I liken Elliott Waves to the gorgeous girl at the party. She's beautiful. She's alluring. You can't take your eyes off of her. You want to get to know her. But once you meet her, you realize that, man, she is just an awful human being, and there is no substance behind her, whatever. That's what I liken Elliott Waves and Elliott Wave models to. Okay, let me tell you a little brief story. So back in 2008 was when I really started getting interested in the markets, sort of in this period in here, where there were just monstrous volatility on a daily basis. May, June, July, and then October hit. And for those of you that didn't live through it and don't understand what was really happening during this time period, it was intense. It was crazy. If you had any significant investments in the market, you just did not know from day to day what was going to happen. You had the Dow would open up 600-700 points, and then in 3 hours it would be down 1,000 points or more. It was absolutely crazy, and you really can't liken anything that was happening during this time period to anything that's happened recently. Even the COVID crash, to me, just seemed like, while it was happening, it just seemed so synthetic and kind of made up, because you would have these days like where it would open slightly up, and then just through the rest of the day, every day it would tank. It would be the same thing every day, and it would just tank. And then it would have a day where it would open slightly red and then just work up higher through the whole day. It just seems so synthetic and made up. It wasn't like this true volatility where you would have 5, 6, 7, 8% swings on a daily basis from green to red. It was just crazy. So anyway, I just also wanted to briefly say that if you're adverse in any way to harsh language, please just go ahead and turn this video off, because I may have a few swear words in here too, just because of kind of the nature of the topic we're dealing with. So just fair warning on that. So this plunge in 2008 was a very scary event for a lot of people. It scared the shit out of people. So moved out back here to March. Things started recovering in March 2009, May 2009. Then we started getting into June and July. But the thing was, yes, markets were starting to recover slightly, but nobody really knew what was going to happen. Okay? Housing prices were still in free fall. Those of you that remember, housing prices actually bottomed sometime in early 2011, I believe it was. So housing prices were still in complete free fall in 2009, 2010. The economy was in the absolute dumps. People were losing their jobs at an insanely crazy rate. There was no money being put into the financial system by small businesses. Corporations were letting people go. It was a bad time. So I kind of started looking for some guidance because I was very new to the markets as far as analyzing them technically. And I'd go on the message boards and stuff and try to get an idea of what was happening. But I came across something on a message board somewhere that I hadn't really. I think I had heard of Elliott Waves before, but I hadn't really looked into it that much. And it was by some online recommendation. I subscribed to this service. I'm not going to say which one, EWI. So I subscribed to the service and busted out my credit card, paid for the monthly service. And the first thing they sent to my house, they sent a newsletter about the long-term prospects of the market, right? What was going to happen in the markets. And they had showed, the thing I'd seen online kind of showed like their record had been really, really great, and they had been predicting things correctly, which years later you come to find out the whole thing is complete bullshit. They can't, these services can't predict their way out of the paper bag. But anyway, they sent this newsletter to my house, and I still remember it to this day. It was, how can I put it? It was pretty much the scariest financial thing I had ever read. So what they were saying, basically, and they showed all these fancy graphs and drawings, and this was, let me show you the time period. This was right around here in around August in 2009. And it was the scariest fucking newsletter I had ever read in my life. And what they were saying basically was that markets over the next 5 years, we had made a top here, they were saying in August. And what was going to happen over the next 5 years was the S&P was going to retrace all the way to a low. This goes so far, I need to keep pulling this chart out. This market was going to come all the way down here to a low of under 100 S&P points in the next 5 or 6 years by 2016. Okay? This is what that goddamn newsletter was saying. It scared me so badly. I had some retirement. I pulled it out. I had my parents selling some stuff. I showed them this letter. It scared the shit out of them too. And as after going through a period of like this, where you just markets correct and people are losing their life savings, and to read something like this that tells you not only is the correction not over, but it's going to crash another 70-80% in the next 5 years. So it was fucking scary. So this was my introduction to the quote-unquote great Elliott Wave traders, right? So, you know, come to find out, yes, Elliott Waves and the model of Elliott Waves are still alluring in some sense, but the problem is, to me, how exactly can we get into it? I have followed some of the top what they call Elliottians and Elliott Wave models and people who practice Elliott Waves over the last 10 years just because of the allure of it. You know, they say, well, we're going to tell you 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years out where prices are going to be in the markets, where prices are going to be in the commodities. Oh, gold is going to be at $5,900 in the next 3 years. Just follow the fucking Elliott Waves. It's going to be simple. Guys, it's all absolute bullshit, okay? I'm just going to come out and say it like that. These guys have been, and I've been following all the top guys in the world. They haven't had a fucking thing right in this market for the last decade plus. They have been wrong every single step of the way. And, you know, they've been trying to predict this crash here for 10 years. They're always wrong about it. Then finally here in, let me see, so this is when all the Elliott Wave guys started getting really bullish right here, right? In December 19. Oh, now they're changing all of their predictions. We're in a wave 3, and we're going up to 5,000 on the S&P. The fucking bottom of the market falls out, scares the shit out of everybody. But then the worst part about all this, they don't keep their predictions, right? They change everything. And I'll get more into this in a minute. But so the thing with Elliott Waves, the favorite pastime of the Elliott Waves is the gloom and doom bullshit, which they use to scare people. It gets a lot of clicks. It gets a lot of eyeballs. It gets the guys coming out with the agreement that the markets are ready to collapse. The dollar, the U.S. is on the verge of collapse. I don't know if it is or not, but let's get into that later. But so anyway, here in March of 2020, this is when you had all the Elliott Wave services who had been wrong about this, predicting levels up to 5,000 here. So they saw this opportunity, and the fucking bottoms here in March of 2020, all the Elliott Wave guys, there wasn't a single Elliott Wave service that predicted any of this. Not one. So they use this, and then they start scaring the shit out of people again at the bottom of this. Then all the services start coming out with all the gloom and doom stuff again. Oh, okay. Well, we've been wrong this entire way. We were wrong in 2009. We were wrong in 2010. We were wrong in 2016. But now, okay, finally, after 10 years of being completely wrong about direction, we are now saying that this correction, okay, finally, we've got our correction here. Over the next 3 years, we're coming back down to 1,000 on the S&P. So what happens? Fucking markets rally all the way. They're bullshit Elliott Wave models, which can't predict their way out of a paper bag, all having this fucking thing retracing back to 1,000, scare so many people and put so much fear and uncertainty into people, everyone misses out on all this. Because this is the way the markets work. People are so scared down at these levels that it doesn't take much for somebody to come out and say, oh, look at our service. We've been predicting this right for 10 years. Here it is. This thing is going way, way lower. And that's all it really takes for people to start pulling their money out of the markets and getting scared shitless and not participating in rallies like this. And that is exactly what's happened. So then we start rallying, right? We start rallying. September goes by, 2020, October. So in this area right here, around August 2020, after this massive rally, this is when they start saying, okay, well, we were wrong here. We were dead wrong here. This is where the top of wave 5 is, and now we're definitely coming back to at least 2000. This is what they, and it's not just one Elliott Wave service or two of them. It's by and large the most quote unquote well-known and well-respected Elliott Wave guys out there. They're all saying the same thing. The bottom's going to come out. Here's the top of wave 5 is coming in this area. Oh, you better get ready. These fucking markets are coming down. And what happens? Shit just keeps continuing to go up. And guys, they have been predicting the top of this wrong in 2009, wrong in 2010, wrong in 2016, wrong in 2019, wrong at the COVID lows. Let's be wrong again here. So yeah, this market's coming all the way down here and coming down to 2000, 1500. This is definitely the top of wave 5 in this area. We are set for a massive A, right? A, this is what they do. A, B, C correction. We are coming all the way back down here. Yeah, but what actually happens? Fucking markets just march higher and higher and higher, leaving more and more people behind because they're falling into the narrative of the Elliott Wave model that a massive correction is going to do, along with all the other fear and uncertainty at every step of the way. Online, you hear, you know, the economy of the United States is in trouble. The market's going to crash. It's right around the corner, guys. This, I'm telling you from my experience, this same bullshit has been playing out for 11 years now. And they are 100% of their time off by magnitudes on their targets, and usually they're completely wrong on the direction of the market. So this is the thing now, and that they've been trying to target, you know, this top of wave 5. So let me see if I can find this here. Yeah, so this is like, well, this is again the allure, right, of Elliott Waves. Well, you can predict, like, over the period of many years, the larger Elliott Wave structuring, and if you could just happen to nail the bottom of this wave 2, well, you could catch this massive wave 3 up to the upside and just really kill it in the markets. But guys, it's all complete fool's gold. So the thing with every Elliott Wave guy on the planet now, they are saying what we are here is they've been trying to predict the top of this wave 5 now, like I said, for a year. Has not happened, okay? So, but everyone is still sticking with it, swearing by it. This is what's getting ready to happen, right? And they just keep bringing out. Every time they're wrong, they change everything. They're wrong. Well, here it is now. Okay, top of the market's here now. This is what we're due for now, the ABC. So the problem with this, guys, is that, okay, first of all, this Elliott Wave stuff, nobody can ever come to any sort of a consensus on where the fuck we are in this wave count. Nobody ever knows. So they have all these thousands of rules, hundreds of guidelines. If you go through all this stuff, how anyone could ever possibly try to memorize all this nonsense is just beyond me. I mean, there are literally 1,000 different rules, and they are all supposed to be very strong, strict guidelines. Well, wave 4 can't come back down into wave 1, and wave 3 can never be the shortest way. You know, I know all the rules and the corrections, but the problem is So they have these rules in place about how these wave counts can be, and then inevitably the market fucking goes right against what they want, what they think is going to happen, what their count is. So instead of changing these strict guidelines and strict rules, all they do is come back here in time and adjust the entire count. Okay, well, so this wasn't actually the top of wave 5 here. Now this is. Oh wait, I don't mean that's the top of wave 5. Now this is. Well, no, let's go back in time and adjust this. So now this is the top of wave 5. So there is absolutely never any consensus whatsoever on what even wave. Nobody can even come to an agreement on what the March 2009 lows actually were. There is no agreement whatsoever on the longer term picture of what the real wave count is. And then they, oh, okay, so that wasn't a wave 4. That was actually an ABC correction. We're headed. So there's so many of these rules that they follow, and if it doesn't work out, they just go back in time and change the count to fit the narrative. It's the same fucking thing every time, and they've been doing it for 10 years. Again, guys, this is my experience with this stuff, following a large number of these channels, these services, these quote-unquote experts in this field, and it's the same thing every single time. If you are trying to use Elliott waves to predict the future for your trading, guys, again, I don't know what clearer way to say this. It is absolute fool's gold. So they have these immense set of rules. There's one service out there that you go to their website, and they are willing to sell you all these guys, right? It's always the service and the education, and we'll sell you the 150 hours of online education here. Oh, you come here, you can get certified in only 200 hours of studying this Elliott Waves. We've got a book, we've got a course, we've got a monthly service. It's always the same. It's always the same fucking thing, right? So there's one side out there. You go to it, and they're willing to sell you education of 150 hours of this stuff. Who the guy who practices it, by the way, is never fucking right. He's never right on the direction or scope of what's happening. No clue about what wave counter is. Changes it all the fucking time. But they're gonna sell you education, right, on Elliott wave rules, and they want you to study for what, 3 months of understanding all this bullshit in order to be wrong all the time? Why on earth would I think that is a good idea? So, and then the other thing, so they've got this set of rules, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. Supposedly it's all that simple, but it's a lot more complex when you start digging into all these different rules. This is just a cheat sheet. But then if something doesn't work out in their favor, or it doesn't look quite right, or doesn't fit the narrative, they just change it, and they said, okay, well, actually it's not a true Elliott wave. They call it like they call it a diagonal, they call it a zigzag, they call it a fucking flat. They have all these different names, and at the end of the day, what it means is and these zigzags, right? These fucking zigzags, they call them zigzag corrections, and they can go on for fucking 10 years until they say, well, that's finally the end of that fucking zigzag. Here comes our impulse wave out. Oh, we failed. Oh, okay. Well, it's a flat and a re-zigzag. I mean, the shit is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's kind of the end of my rant on Elliott waves. But it just, again, my experience. I understand the allure of trying to predict prices of stock markets, where stuff is going to be in 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Yeah, do I want Bitcoin at 10 million? You're fucking right, I do. Do I want gold at 10,000 an ounce? Yeah. Do I want silver at $1,000 an ounce? Yeah, of course I do. I mean, who doesn't? But you know, to try to use these models to predict this stuff, these Elliott Wave models, is just like, is the worst thing that you are ever going to do in your trading. Trying to rely on these ridiculous models that nobody ever knows what count we're in, have 1,000 different rules, take 10 months of education to even call yourself, get certified, and then to be wrong all the time on scope and direction of the market is just, to me, it's completely ridiculous. The whole thing is fucking ridiculous. But anyway, guys, I still enjoy watching the channels, the videos about the Elliott Waves. But at this point in my trading career, I view it as nothing more than entertainment, and never take it too seriously. Again, if you're trying to trade this stuff, you are going to be wrong a large degree of the time, and you are going to be stuck in a cycle of looking backward, trying to figure out, are we in wave 1? Are we in wave 2? Are we in an ABC correction? I mean, it's constant. It never fucking ends. It never fucking ends. So anyway, guys, that is my rant. I just wanted to say that. So what to do instead? Guys, I've got a simple system that I use that relies on momentum and trend lines to try to have the best opportunity of getting the markets right. I don't even really know what to say about this other than, why in the world am I trying my best to predict the top of a market and a major crash when you can clearly see the S&P is in a massive upward channel? Not only that, it is well above the center line of this channel, spiking higher. Why am I saying, okay, well, this is the time that markets are going to crash? Finally, after 10 years of being wrong, this is the top of wave 5. Here it comes down. Why am I trying to do this when you can set basic daily time frame trend lines and try to target daily breakouts on 1 hour trends? But why am I trying to pinpoint the top of this when you can clearly see that we are in a massive uptrend here? Just look at like the chart of Apple, right? Let's see. Like just for instance, the chart of Apple, right? So why am I saying that markets are going to crash? You go in here, you can clearly see that on the daily time frame of Apple, we are in a massive daily upward channel. And not only that, you zoom in and set this 1 hour trend line, and you can very clearly see, not only have we not breached this to the downside, but it looks more and more evident all the time that we are coming up to the top of this channel at around $157. Add in a couple of other basic things like a momentum indicator. This is one I like to use, but this is a momentum indicator on Apple, and I like to use a 15-minute time frame, and you can clearly see this is a massively strong trend right now that is happening in Apple. Why am I trying to predict the top of markets when I've got a trend like this that's been in play for the last month and change that is showing no signs of slowing down, no signs of weakening? Why am I trying to predict the top of markets when you can clearly see that there's no danger, right, at this point of a stock market crash. Why are you trying to do it? Yeah, to get clicks, to get eyeballs, to get the guys out coming, well, the USA's fucked, the dollar's screwed, gold is going to 10,000 an ounce, Bitcoin's going to 5 million, the US economy is screwed. Well, you know, all of that may be true, right? All of that may be true. At the end of the day, all that stuff may unwind. And probably, yeah, the money printer's going crazy. Hyperinflation may or may not be right around the corner. I don't know. But for me to set out a series of educational stuff and services and FUD videos telling the American public that we're on the brink of collapse and they shouldn't be in markets, it's just complete bullshit to me. People are missing out on these massive gains because of the fear and uncertainty of different models, different channels that are telling you to stay out of these markets. We are way overbought now. Again, all of that may be true, but the charts right now just aren't. That's not what they're saying, right? That's not what they're saying. We're still in this massive upward channel. And until this breaks, at least the first warning sign of this market breaking down to me is going to be at least a breach of this center line. But really, what I would like to see is a breach of this lower trend line. And you can clearly see it also in the IWM. I've got this daily set. I have no interest in trying to short this market until this daily trend line breaches. So this is, again, guys, it's a long rant. The video is almost 30 minutes now. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Maybe there's I know there are going to be a lot of people that come in and don't agree with me on this. I don't know how many views this is going to get. It's a brand new channel. I don't have any idea where this video is going, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Any new traders that are coming into this with the hopes and dreams of the beautiful Elliott Wave girl who's promising riches beyond your wildest expectations in the next 3 years, I encourage you to just develop a simple system of daily and whatever time frame you want to use. I like the daily in 1 hour. Trend lines, looking for horizontal and diagonal supports and resistances, and maybe follow that up with something like a simple momentum indicator to get a good idea of when all the FUD videos are complete bullshit, when you should be in a market and when you should be out. It's as simple as that, guys. That's it for my rant today. I just wanted to shoot this video for you, get that off my chest about why I think Elliott Waves are an absolutely horrible way not only to trade, but a horrible way to look at markets overall, because they will keep you out of markets when you should be in. They will scare the shit out of you when you should be in markets. And then when you should really start being careful about markets, they'll get you involved in markets and tell you, oh, here's wave 3 up. It just, the whole thing. I've done enough on that for today. But anyways, guys, that's the end of my rant. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Most of my videos are definitely not this long. I like to keep them on individual indices, QQQ, Apple. I go through all the stocks on my watch list. That's what I'm going to be doing. Brand new channel. Just usually I keep my videos 5, definitely under 10 minutes long. This one is a little bit longer because I had a lot to say on this Elliott Wave subject. But go ahead and like, subscribe. Any questions below, I'd be happy to hear them. Happy to tell you about any more of my experiences with the Elliott Wave Fool's Gold machine. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Thanks, and bye for now.